Welcome to Edward Scissorhands. Some guy we'll be calling the inventor is living alone up in a big castle, all by himself. All alone, all by his lonesome. So alone. Do you understand that he's lonely yet? I'll only be mentioning it like 400 more times. Just kidding. I wrote those parts out of the script. You're welcome. Now, this old man isn't just an old man. He's on that Pinocchio type shit. He decides the romance game just ain't for him, and neither is adoption. Fuck them normies. He needs a son. A son that could go missing. A son that nobody knew. Nobody talked to. Nobody even knew existed. No child support. No legal agreements. My childhood was shitty. Oh, shit, how did that get in there? One day, while the man was sadly and very, very lonelily looking around his apartment, attic, at all of his crazy contraptions that look like they're straight out of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh my good fuck. What is all this shit?
All to just make bread. Like, bro, why? Anyway, I guess he got bored with bread and non-living shit. He decides to make a man. But you can't really just make a man. So he did the next best thing. He made a robot man. He used the same shell as one of his immobile helping robots, only this time, instead of living machinery, the man decided to use organs from local deaths to create a man, even though he wanted a boy. This is what he got. Although he never specifically states why his hands are stuck as scissors, it's clear the inventor still wanted a son, as he reads Edward children's stories to teach him basic morals and human emotions. Oh yeah, that's right, his name's Edward. But after Edward became smart enough, he realized his hand situation was kind of bullshit. So he asks his father for a real set of hands. And sure enough, father would quickly deliver. One day, while he was presenting his newest creation to Edward, he would just, well, the inventor literally just fucking dies. What the fuck? Who said that was okay? Now the hands are broken, and his dad's broken too. Bro could probably bring his ass back to life too. There's no way Poppy over here wasn't planning on dying soon, right? We are now an old lady, and we're telling our granddaughter a story. A story about a man with scissors for hands. What in the fucking Mad Libs? Now Edward sits in the, not that fucking Edward, Tower of Doom, overlooking all of these oddly perfect homes. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong, we've all been to Orlando, but what the hell is this? How did Tim even achieve this? Now there's a woman selling nail polish, but she isn't doing a very good job. This little girl just tricked her into a free job. After the colossal failure, she decides to take a trip up to the dying mansion. Maybe whoever lives there needs some... What in the High School Musical is this?
Hip-hop is my passion. I love to pop and lock and jam and break.
Is that even legal?
The mansion's pretty beautiful, and the music's absolutely killing it. But the atmosphere just feels so weird. Knowing where this is, right... Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The place is fully decked out. Why would an old man ever want nail polish? So she knocks on the door, but nobody answers, so she just walks right in. What the fuck? Then she announces herself walking in, including her company's name, Avon, that's great. That really clarifies this whole situation. Now get the fuck out of my house, please. She finds some weird news clippings about, and it's pretty weird, talking about this boy who was born without eyes. How the hell does that even happen? That's when she spots him. He emerges from the shadows while she's explaining she isn't a threat, but it's pretty clear this guy is no hair barber. He asks her not to go.
Don't go.
What happened to you?
I'm not finished.
And it is a terrible sight. He looks horrified. It's so disturbing. She tells him to come home with her, and it's definitely the 60s. So he's like a baby, doesn't really understand anything. Definitely needs a haircut and new clothes. Now there's some chicks gossiping. It just feels so wrong.
Peg drove by, and she had somebody with her in the car. No, I didn't get a good look at him. Did she say anything to you about having a guest or something? Okay, I'll meet you on the corner.
This Avon girl shows him some pictures of her daughter, and it's pretty weird. God, why is this movie so fucking weird? Is the whole thing like this? Yes. He's making me feel so nauseous. When was the last time this guy showered? So then he pops a hole in her daughter's bed. It's just a mess. He's cutting up his face, still hasn't showered. So he's eating dinner with her family, and it's not going very well. He can't get any of these damn peas in his mouth. Avon's husband won't call Edward by his real name, only Ed, and it's confusing the shit out of him. The son won't stop staring, and he still can't get these stupid fucking peas in his mouth. Now she's trying to apply makeup, and it is not going well. For whatever reason, she just cannot seem to get that fucking foundation spread. He makes this pretty cool hedge clipping of the family. Great. So what does it do now?
It's not heaven he's from. It's straight from the stinking flames of hell. Don't come near me.
That's right. Go on. Get out of here. Run. Don't worry about her, Edward. She's just an old loony, that's all.
Anyway, her friends all show up, asking what time the barbecue is. According to the lady in the middle, it's at 5. Now we're doing a barbecue. This is why you should never trust suburbia housewives! The daughter gets home early, and it's very terrifying. He won't say anything, but she does. Dad emerges from his room and brings Edward to a guest room, and they drink some lemonade.
Good, isn't it?
But he drinks a little too much, though.
Hi.
Now Edward's doing some more landscaping for a neighbor. He's a little hungover, though. I was mistaken. My man is a barber.
Oh, this can't possibly be my Alexis!
This woman tries to get it on with Edward, but it doesn't end very well.
Edward!
Anyway, he's at a bank now because he needs some money.
We simply can't do it. Now, get yourself a Social Security card, establish credit, and buy yourself a car.
Just an outrage, but don't you worry. This isn't the end of it. We'll get your money somehow.
The daughter's dumbass friends decide it would be best to talk Edward into a robbery. He gets caught, and they fucking leave him.
Come on.
No, Jim, we can't leave him here!
What dicks. He's in a lot of trouble now, but luckily, his new parents care deeply about him. They ask him if somebody's put him up to this, but he doesn't seem like a squealer. That's my Edward. He didn't say anything, but he got off anyway, because he was too mentally deficient and didn't actually do anything. So they let him go. At dinner, the family's discussing morals, and it would seem the daughter is falling more and more in love. How gross. Anyway, that crazy lady who failed her sleep with Edward is now telling everyone that he threatened her with his scissor hands and raped her or something. Jesus Christ. I don't think anything will ever be normal again. Anyway, Edward's outside now, and he's pretty upset. That's when the daughter's ex comes back and wrecks everything. He scares Edward, resulting in him cutting the daughter. The ex says he's gonna beat the snot out of Edward or some shit like that, I don't know.
Stay back, okay? Touch her again and I'll kill you.
So Edward runs away, right after he chops off some girl's leg. Made you look. So she shouts she's calling the police. So he fucking pops her tire. God damn! Then he decides to carve a demon sitting right outside the religious chick's house, and that's just low-key fucked up. So now the cops are after him, and he needs to hide, like really hide. So he goes back home. Oh my god, bro, what a genius. The one place they won't look, my house. Anyway, Edward runs back to his real home, and they all know he's here. Shit. Luckily, the daughter gets to him before anyone else, but her ex finds them, and he's got a gun! He misses Edward a few times, so he just beats the living shit out of him. It's alright though, because he's literally a robot. Anyway, she hits him over the head with a log. She's tweaking, and I don't know why, because he's still just a fucking robot. Anyway, he kicks her in the face, so Edward gets up to help, even though he doesn't really care that much, as you can see.
Are you serious?
And then he just kind of runs right into Edward's finger. And I don't know why, but I felt it go into my gut. And this is by far the most painful Disney death I've ever seen. So everyone makes it to the top of the hill, just to find the daughter standing there. She tells everyone that Edward killed her ex, and was then immediately crushed by a roof. The end. And everybody's just like,
See?
huh, okay. Seems believable enough here to me, guys. Alright, guys, let's head out now. He's obviously dead. It's the 60s, things just make sense. But he, in fact, lived on, and continued as perfect pieces. And this movie was like a solid